I'm Caleb Anderson, and this is the Spirit Farm Podcast, spiritual growth for real people and in real time. In this midweek episode, I want to follow up on what we talked about in the last podcast, the pattern of human discontent and how we can fight that with intentional gratitude and thanksgiving, and how that can lead to being invincible. To get there, I want to tell you a story about a famous founder. This guy founded the game Minecraft and sold it some years later to Microsoft for $2.5 billion. And in our culture, in our era of wanting to start companies, sell companies, make lots of money, have this windfall, this guy was living the dream that so many entrepreneurs, so many people would be pumped that that's the life goal if they can hit it. He hit it. And he bought a $70 million mansion with a big wall of candy in the center of the mansion. This guy threw wild parties. He was living it up, and he was miserable. You can tell that from a series of tweets. I'm just going to read you a couple of them. He says, "The problem with getting everything is you run out of reasons to keep trying, and human interaction becomes impossible due to imbalance." He goes on, "Hanging out with a bunch of friends and partying with famous people, able to do whatever I want. And I've never felt more isolated." When we sold the company, he goes on, "the biggest effort went into making sure that employees got taken care of, and they all hate me now." Lastly, I'll just read this one. "Found a great girl, but she's afraid of me and my lifestyle, and went with a normal person instead." Clearly not happy, clearly not satisfied with all the money in the world, it would seem, and it doesn't satisfy. Here's the deal. Money is not evil. Having lots of money is not a bad thing. The problem is when we think that that will satisfy us, it won't. When we think that when we get there, when we have that, when we get to the next level, when we have the newer, shinier, prettier version, that then we'll be satisfied, that that'll help this gnawing, longing in my soul, and it's not enough. No matter where you get to, you will not be grateful, you will not be satisfied, you will not be content if you are not starting now. There's this famous verse from the scriptures written to people like you and me, and it says, "Pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances." Pray continually, like all the time, be talking to God. Not just when you're desperate, not just when you need something, but this living, breathing relationship. What if that was you? That this invisible Spirit of God that you could connect all the time, just like the air that you breathe. And go a step further. What if you could be grateful all the time, in every season and in every circumstance, no matter what? Think about the joy that would produce, the gratitude, the love, the connection with other people. You would be like the ones that you read about or see in movies or saw when you visited that village on the other side of the world, the people that didn't have much and yet were so joyful. They were so content with what little they had. Did you know that you can be that content? Even in the West, even in America? You can be that content now. And if you cultivate gratitude, thankfulness now, you can still be thankful when you have more. But only if we start now. Now, when it comes to being thankful in all circumstances, the objection is, yeah, but not all circumstances. Like, I'm not going to be thankful for this event, for this thing happening. And I would challenge you. I've been through some stuff. I've had to restart my life, almost seemingly from scratch, 3 different times. And those circumstances, they were not good in and of themselves. But I can find things in them for which I can be thankful, particularly now on the other side looking back. But even in the moment, let's just take the worst case scenario, the loss of someone that you love. There's nothing inherently good about that. That is painful, and we're not going to be in denial. We're not going to pretend it's not painful. We're not going to pretend it doesn't hurt. We're not going to pretend we're ever really going to get over it. It's going to mark us, but even that we can be grateful for. God, thank you that even in the midst of this terrible pain, that I can remember this person and this loss, and that it will shape me. that I will no longer take the people closest to me for granted. I am thankful that now I have this new perspective, that I'm going to stop and smell the roses, that I am going to value these people, elevate these people, and not miss these precious moments with the people that I love. See, you can find things, even in the worst of circumstances, to be grateful for. You can be grateful that God has not left you, that he is still with you in the pain, feeling along with you, empathizing, sympathizing with you, alongside you, not abandoning you, not leaving you isolated and by yourself. And God is even bringing people around you strategically into your path to encourage you, to hold you up, to keep you going. And you can be thankful for that. And guess what? If you can be thankful in regular moments of the day and even the worst moments, the lows, the pits, if you can be thankful even then, what can anyone do to you? You become invincible because you are living and breathing in connection with the God of the universe, who you will be connected to for all of eternity. And these light and momentary struggles, even the really deep and painful struggles, they are not the end of the story. Death has lost its sting. Death doesn't win. And divorce doesn't define you, and depression doesn't define you, and the devastating circumstances, they do not define you. You can even find things in the middle of those circumstances to be thankful for, that keep your eyes on this eternal God and where he is taking you. You can pray continually like breathing. You can be thankful in all of the circumstances. And when we get there, what can anyone do to you? What can anyone do? What can they say? Because you can be joyful, you can experience love, and you can experience peace because of your gratitude, no matter what. And you will be invincible.